Throughout this program, you've developed essential skills in business intelligence. You also learned about the importance of building a portfolio that demonstrates your abilities and accomplishments. Now it's time to return to your end-of-course project. In earlier courses, you worked on a BI project that you can showcase in your portfolio. You created key BI documents and a data pipeline to practice producing deliverables for a business scenario. From these projects, you now have fully usable data that you can visualize in a dashboard. In this course, you learned how to plan, build, and present dashboards. Equipped with these new skills, you can now complete your end-of-course project. Now, you'll load those reporting tables into a visualization software to highlight important insights with a BI dashboard. You'll continue to track your approach, methods, accomplishments, and transferable skills so that you can add this information to your portfolio. When you finish this step of the project, you will have a complete end-to-end business intelligence case study. This will help you demonstrate your BI knowledge during interviews and networking opportunities, which will be essential to landing your first BI job. Future employers and business contacts will understand how hard you work to develop your skills. As you begin this project, know that you can go at your own pace. You can always refer to the lessons and resources in this program if you face a challenge or need help. And remember, collaborating with others in the discussion forums is a great way to brainstorm solutions. Get ready for the next and final step of your end-of-course project. Hello! Now it's time to wrap up your business intelligence end-of-course project. So far, you've completed your key BI documents, data pipeline, and reporting tables from previous courses. If you haven't finished these, you can take some time to wrap up your work on those deliverables to be ready for this next stage. Otherwise, you can use the exemplars provided for these projects to build your upcoming visualizations. With your reporting tables ready to load into a visualization tool, such as Tableau, you're ready to move forward on your project. You'll start with creating a mock-up, then you'll create your charts and organize them into a dashboard. Finally, you'll develop your unique presentation style you can use when sharing the dashboard in your portfolio. The project is structured in this order, but as always, you can go at your own pace and in the way you choose. You can read through the materials and then go straight from a mock-up to a dashboard, and then return to chart design specifics. You can even alternate back and forth between each step of the process. Work in a way that fits your style. Your dashboard artistry is completely your own. If you did the activities in this course, you've already completed each of these steps. None of this material will be new to you, and if you get stuck, you can review previous lessons. This project continues the work that you started in previous courses. You'll use the skills you mastered along the way to guide you through the process. This will allow you to make your own BI decisions and develop your skills independently so that you'll be ready when you encounter BI projects in the workplace. Once again, the readings in this section will contain the scenario for the case study, the business questions you need to answer, and the instructions for what kind of visualizations you'll need to build. Now, it's time to get started. Read through the case study materials, decide how to best design your dashboard, and create your project and presentation in the visualization tool you choose. When you finish, you'll have your very own completed case study to show off to prospective employers. Enjoy working on your portfolio! Congratulations! You've completed the last component of your end-of-course project. This is a huge accomplishment that demonstrates all your hard work in this program. You finished this project on your own. You applied your knowledge of business intelligence, data pipelines, and dashboards to create something that truly demonstrates your growth as a BI professional. You can now include this presentation in your portfolio, share it with potential employers, and discuss it during interviews. Share the presentation materials you made, the dashboard itself, or the write-up about the process you used and the choices you made. Ideally, you'll show all of the above. Each component illustrates your BI journey. Now, you've completed the first step toward your BI career and reached the end of this program. And don't miss the next section, which has a special message from some familiar faces to help you celebrate.
My name is Tony, and I'm a finance program manager here at Google. For the last 5 years, I interview financial analysts and a lot of financial analysts with a specific focus towards business intelligence. And the thing that makes someone really stand out for me is someone that has really strong communication skills and has got a really good ability to tell their story. When you're in an interview and you don't have the previous work experience that demonstrates that you know how to use the tools that you may have learned in your data certificate or your business intelligence certificate, this is where, as an interviewee, you really have to just take charge of the interview. So take advantage of questions that leave you the opportunity to dive in and really explain what you've learned and how you would apply it. A lot of times, an interviewer like myself, I'll open up a very generalized question to see where the interviewee will go, whether they want to work with hard numbers from a financial standpoint, or whether they want to take their response and start to talk about how they would use SQL or Python or R as a solution tool, and maybe even carry me through some parts of that process of how they would go through putting that in place to solve the problem that we're talking about. That is one really good way to say I'm connecting the dots between what I've learned recently and the job that I'm applying for without having the professional experience right there on your resume. One thing that I absolutely and strongly recommend someone not do is put themselves in a scenario where they cannot control the environment that is around them in an interview. So a lot of our interviews right now are being conducted virtually. It's very important that you're intentional about where you take your interview. I had one person one time taking an interview out on a street corner outside of a cafe. Very wrong. Having the best, as much control about your space as you can is not just for me as the interviewer, but it's also for you as the interviewee, where you can feel comfortable and confident and know that you're not going to get distracted in that setting. One of the things I would really encourage you to do is that in advance of the interview, you take a look at all of the different projects and the analysis that you did through the certificate process. Organize a few of them that can be used for generalized questions. Now, from my perspective, as someone who's looking at entry-level folks, and I'm really not concerned about the previous experience, I want to see how you can articulate what you've learned. And so for me, it would be if we can get into a little bit more technical question in the interview, that you lean in on what you've learned during the certificate program process. Be confident in what you've learned and know that you've done enough to put you in the room. So take advantage of that moment.
You just earned the Google Business Intelligence Career Certificate. This is a huge accomplishment that shows that you're invested in learning new skills for your future. Now that you're certified in business intelligence, your certificate can be displayed on job search platforms such as LinkedIn, Indeed, and Glassdoor. Also, be sure to connect with companies that are eager to hire in your field through Grow with Google's Employer Consortium. As you learned at the beginning of this program, the demand for business intelligence professionals is growing at an incredible rate. With the skills and knowledge you've gained, you can keep exploring BI jobs as you work to advance your career in this high-growth, high-impact field. Let's review all you've achieved throughout this program. You started by investigating the foundations of business intelligence. Here, you discovered the roles and functions played by BI professionals within an organization. Then, you learned about BI tools, the kinds of insights they can reveal, and the importance of context in BI projects. In the next course, you explored data modeling and how databases are designed. You learned how to create pipelines to move data where it needs to go. And you discovered optimization techniques for databases and pipeline systems to keep your team's workflow running smoothly. Finally, in this last course, you focused on building dashboards to monitor data over time. You built charts and a dashboard to answer business questions in specific scenarios, then learned how to present your work to stakeholders. And lastly, you finished your portfolio and prepared for the job interview process. It was an incredible amount of work, and it's clear that you're ready to start an exciting and rewarding career. Get out there and make an impact in the world of business intelligence.